Hello, everybody. So today we are going to be reading. Oh, the Kindle's off. Hello, everybody. So today I decided to start a new series, and we are going to be reading the book 2K to 10K by Rachel Aaron. It's how to write faster, write better, and write more of what you love. Since I recently started brainstorming 2 new projects, I thought that this would be a good way to get back into the groove of writing something when there may not typically be a writing event going on like NaNoWriMo in November. This might end up being a series. I'll look at the chapters and we'll see from there. So stay tuned for what this book is all about. I have this extremely obvious shot of me talking into my phone and showing you the contents. Also, yes, I'm wearing a sweater. I'm wearing a shirt underneath my sweater because the temperature hit like the low 60s today, and that is fall weather. People, I'm wearing a sweater. So we are actually going to be focusing in on part 1. Oh, no, that's blurry. Part 1, how I went from writing 2K words a day to 10,000 words a day. And if writing feels like pulling teeth, you're doing it wrong. Thanks, Rachel Aaron. So I just finished the first part of part 1 where she talks about the 3 cores of fast writing, knowledge, time, and enthusiasm. So for writing, she writes, these are just some points that jumped out to me. Know what you're writing before you write it. Write down a short, truncated version of a scene, which kind of plays into Susan Dennard's screenplay idea, writing down like the basic plot, action, character, etc. for writing the scene, which she did get from this book. So I guess it's Rachel Aaron's idea after all. She goes on to say, write the back and forth arguments, blocking out fights, jotting down fast descriptions, and then at the end of your writing session, write down a quick description of what to write the next day in only 5 minutes. We'll take 5 minutes after you're done writing and just write down a really, really quick thing. So let's put this in practice. I decided that I'm going to work on my sequel project to my current manuscript and just write a mini screenplay for the next scene, and we'll see where I get to then. I don't really know why I'm showing you the word count. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's where I'm at. The last bit was just mainly dialogue. I wrote some dialogue. Honestly, the dialogue was easier for me because I do write dialogue in plays. Wow, that sounds dumb. So I just finished the scene that I was writing with the knowledge part in mind, and I think that I did well. I did take the 5 minutes to figure out what to write in the next scene. I actually brainstormed a little for what should happen later on in the novel, because I realized that I'm coming up on beats too fast. I might be coming up on beats too fast. Of course, it does help that I do have my outline that I made earlier, like July, I think, for this sequel project. Of course, with the novels that I'm brainstorming right now, I don't have that yet, and I'm just intending to go off, Rachel Aaron's plotting methods for those projects for now. We'll see what that ends up being. But I think this worked. It actually, since I sat down with the ideas of what I wanted to write in mind, I did actually write a lot more, and I knew exactly what I wanted to write, which is, of course, the main point in the book, that it was really, really helpful, and I actually broke through. I haven't been writing this project in a while because I've been focusing so much on Pitch Wars, because I've been focusing on my other projects, and I think it was productive. I really think it was productive today. So I'm gonna go back into the book and do the second core. Just finished the chapter on time, or the section of the part on time, and I feel like a lot of what I learned could be really, really helpful when it comes to NaNoWriMo or Camp NaNoWriMo, any of those big events where I'm requiring myself to write. I mean, obviously I want to require myself to write all the time, but where it stands now, I think that the bits about time could really, really work for during those events. Basically, she talks about keeping writing records, the time started, time stopped, how many words, where I was writing, pretty much everything that the NaNoWriMo website does for you, but on a spreadsheet. So I added that to my chapter spreadsheet. Obviously, I don't have anything to compare it to yet, but maybe I'll keep this going for a week and then see where we are. What is it, Wednesday? So next Wednesday. Gonna try and do this till next Wednesday. Woohoo! She also talks a lot about writing in coffee shops and spending 4 hours in coffee shops, and I'm just over here sighing, remembering all last year when I went to coffee shops and I would sit there for like 4 hours after work, and of course now. But the main point that Rachel Aaron is making is that by recording her progress, she had the data. See, it's right here, right in my notebook. I'm not looking down at my phone or anything. I don't know. By recording her progress, she had the data to optimize daily writing. And after that, I wrote a smiley face. I'm not really sure why, but hey, it's there. And time does matter. Also, discover good writing times for you. So I think that's definitely going to be part of my experiment this week, where I'm going to try and do good writing times, or I'm trying to figure out good writing times. So if anybody has any suggestions for sprints this week, I'll jump on them. I do think that putting together the time and the knowledge is very, very key. Of course, that's what she's talking about in this whole book. Oh well. Because lately I've been feeling like I've been puttering around a little bit in a lot of writing sprints that I've joined, and I make breakfast, I sit down, I reply to comments and everything, and then I go on my phone and I browse Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and writing with a goal in mind at the top of the time to write is always good. And this might seem obvious to all of you out there watching this video, but you know what? We're in a pandemic. My writing has dropped off. I need to get back into the groove. And now I'm gonna go into enthusiasm. Woohoo! I feel like I have plenty of that, but we'll see. Enthusiasm. In the end, what matters most is that you're happy with your own writing, because, contrary to the myth of the tortured artist, a happy writer will always produce more and better than an unhappy one. And if you're still skeptical, I suggest you try my system for a week and track your numbers. You might surprise yourself. Rachel Aaron's best tips for the enthusiasm bit were things that I've already touched upon, both in my own writing and just in general. For the magic cookies, writing anytime just for the pure joy of it, days where she broke 10K were the magic cookie days, and then she follows that up with writing the scenes that you want to write and cutting out the scenes that didn't, to bring Marie Kondo into here, cutting the scenes that didn't spark joy. She also makes note of her 10K days being the high points of being a professional author and whose child who was in daycare. So basically she had someone to look after her child, and thus she could go write and do her thing for as many hours as she probably wanted to. Luckily, in a pandemic, I also have that freedom. Thank you, 2020! And then at the end of this chapter, she talks about trying the system for a week and tracking your numbers. So I think that's what I'm going to do this week. That'll probably be the next episode too, maybe with part 2 of this book. Did I forget the word book for a moment? Maybe. She also has the caveat that those numbers were achieved on the final 2 books of her 5-book series. And this was the blog post that, I guess, inspired the chapter above. She has a lot of caveats. And I think because I'm using this for my own sequel, where I do have an outline that I'm using, a loose outline, but an outline nonetheless, and it is the sequel in a, hopefully, a duology, that I feel like I can keep the momentum, that I can try and, I don't know, finish this in a week? We'll see if that happens. Oh man. Yeah, finish the sequel in a week, or at least see where I can get, see how far I can get in the sequel, and we'll see. I'll just have to read the rest of the book to find out, and you'll have to keep watching the rest of this series to find out too. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will link the book down below. Again, it's 2K to 10K by Rachel Aaron. 2K to 10K. Did I say K? Or did I say gay? "2K to 10K" by Rachel Aaron. How to write faster, write better, and write more of what you love. So stay tuned for that, everybody, and I will see you all soon. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe down below, and thanks for watching, everybody. Bye! And rest on the times that I started because I did not keep track of that when I was writing. But hey, 652 words, not bad.